Attracting what you desire is actually very simple. The roadmap to it is simple. What makes it complicated or feel chaotic is that you need patience. And you also need to work through what arises in order for you to get there. So let's say you want love, success, wealth, whatever it is, you put it up on this pedestal. It's like it's at a higher frequency so far away from you. You create an image of it. You can even feel what it may feel like. But the feeling is more of something further, and it has like this human excitement to it. It doesn't feel neutral. It doesn't feel no different than going to go get a glass of water right now, where you can just simply go get one. There's nothing big or beyond for you in order to have it. It's at your level. It's at where you are right now. But that which you desire, you're putting it further away from you, as if it's more special, beyond you, like it's a stretch. Now, I'm not saying don't desire. What I'm saying is when you have a desire and you put it up here, you need to match your frequency. So that way you guys come together. One, you need to take it down from a pedestal. And two, you need to vibrate and come to a space within you of knowing you can have it if you wanted it, that you can have anything if you really wanted to. And as soon as you also make that realization that you can have anything if you really wanted to, you also take it down from that pedestal. It naturally starts to come down, and the difference between you and that already starts to come closer together. Now, what ends up happening is in order for the universe to give you, to bring in that which you want, because you are co-creating. In fact, you hold more pieces than you actually realize. So, in order to, what you need to do is clear up the energies, the beliefs, the wounds, all of that that's keeping you from believing, trusting, knowing. Knowing is the highest. Trust and know. Forget about hope, forget about believing, forget about all that stuff. Trust and know. So anything that's keeping you from trusting and knowing that you can have that thing, or the fears even of having it. Many times it's not the belief that you can't, it's the fear of having it, because there is an attachment to what it means if you actually get this thing. A lot of the times is, I won't be able to handle it. Or there's too many responsibilities that are going to come with it, and I can't deal with it. There's this over exaggeration of what is going to come with it, opposed to just keeping it simple. Now, you attract $500,000. Yes, you may need to think of how you're going to keep it, where are you going to keep it, tax options, things like that. This was actually one thing that was keeping me from it at one point, where making more was all of that. And then I just reminded myself that I will, at that moment, attract the right people and the right situations where it'll be easily taken care of. So even though attracting certain things in your life may require you to do some other things, you can also attract the fact that it will be easy, that you will have the support that you need, that it won't be difficult like you imagine in your mind, because that is also a very big piece as to why you're not attracting your desire. The belief on what comes with those desires that you imagine that you don't even really want. And how many beliefs are out there of like, oh, more success, bigger problems, more money, big problems, or big money, big problems, things like that. Oh, relationship, more headaches, things like that. So much baloney out there from miserable people. So now you not only come to a place of needing to vibrate at that frequency, what's also going to happen while you're on that journey of vibrating is you may fall back to old patterns. So you'll move forward and then your nervous system will freak out and you're going to fall back into old patterns. And it's recognizing them. So, for example, one of mine is binging TV, lying down and binging. So now I know when I'm in a space of, okay, what's going on? Why am I craving to just lie on the couch and binge a show right now? I ask myself exactly like, what's going on? Like, I know that's one of my triggers. Why does why does my nervous system need comfort now? Why do I need comfort? And I start to observe, okay, what's going on? Do my thing. Sometimes, I'll just sit there and allow myself, I'll just do it. I'm like, you know what? I'm taking I need me time right now, and I'll just lie down. But then I get up, I do my tapping, I do some moxa, meditations. I do whatever I need to do to calm my nervous system in order to then continue to clear up whatever fear came up, let it go, and then move forward. And then I continue making steps forward again. And that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to take steps forward again. And then you're going to reach another level like, whew, I haven't been here before. This is a pretty high frequency. Oof, can I hold this? Right? Because it's in your body. You are feeling it. You're just not used to holding it. So again, the nervous system starts to freak out a little bit. Same thing. Your addictions, your habits, all of that will come in. And that's when people are like, oh, you're sabotaging yourself. No, that's just shame. All that's happening is your nervous system is freaking out and your ego just wants to go into comfort. So it finds whatever it is comfort for you, that's what it's looking for. That is all. So you could stop shaming yourself about that. It's part of the process. The only thing you need to do is with each time you go so-called backwards or lower again, back into old patterns, is recognizing that and working your way through that. What needs to come up? What needs to release? What do I need to let go of right now? And then you work through it, you release it, and then you start taking steps forward. Now, another thing you want to remember, because I fell into this trap so often, where I wanted to get certain things done because, I want to accomplish things. There's, what I wanted to attract in my life. And then there are times where it's like, okay, I wouldn't want to do anything. And I was feeling like in this like space and, I wouldn't want to, let's say, record. And then I'd get down on myself. I'd shame myself, of course, because that's one of my defaults as well that I've had to learn to release is the self-shaming. Because of course, childhood, even society, it's everywhere, right? So because of shaming myself, I get to like, oh great, there goes another day. I've ruined a whole day, didn't get anything done, didn't want to get done, didn't get done what I need to get done, all of that. What I started to remind myself is every moment is passing. This doesn't mean it's going to last all day. And if it does, there's a reason for it. My body needs it. So always remind yourself, just because you're feeling a certain way in a certain moment, it doesn't mean you're going to feel like that the rest of the day or for days or for weeks. That's just that moment right now, and it will pass. It will switch over. When you remember that, you actually give yourself some grace to be in that space because you want to honor, like when you go backwards, into that space, you want to honor it. And I say backwards in quotes because it's kind of like, it feels like backwards. It is kind of going back into the old, but it's still part of moving forward. You get it? Like it's still part of the process of moving forward is revisiting the old in order to move forward. So you got to remember it's just a moment in time and that it'll pass. To give yourself grace, to be able to be in that shitty feeling, to be in the fear, to be in the anxiousness, to work through it. Because when you work through it, even though let's say you took 2 steps back, when you work through it, you'll take 5 steps forward all of a sudden. That's the beauty of it. When you honor that space and work through it in order to come into that frequency. And that's the thing. That's the key is you need to be the frequency of what you want to attract. You need to match it in order to fully embody it and hold that level as if it's like I said, no different than knowing you can go grab a glass of water. No different than that exactly. And the only thing you need to focus on is what do I need to do for me to support me, to bring me to that space of holding that frequency. My favorite tapping, breath work, mindfulness, energy, all of that. I'll include my tapping. I have another tapping channel. I'll include the playlist in case you want to start getting into that. And there's also links below on ways that you can work with me privately or if you want to check out some freebies.